Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, Mystery Mash Monday. So, for those of you that may be new, Mystery Mash Monday, I unleash my wife on the many bottles we have on the other side of the room that we have not tried yet. We try to guess type, proof, maybe what we think we should pay for it, whether we think it's finished or not, and ultimately whether we like it. We'll grade it before we even know what it is, and then we'll reveal what we actually are drinking. So let's get right down to it. It's been sitting for a while.
I was a little ahead of you.
I noticed. It's different on the nose.
I'm in two areas.
I was looking like it's not very dark. I can say that.
I'm thinking we might have crossed the pond.
So I was thinking just to look at it. That's what it was looking like. But it's not a strong nose.
No, it's a light fruity nose actually.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure we crossed the pond.
The palate carries through with the fruit, though.
No.
I am getting a fruit on the front.
I don't think we're getting any heavy...
Kind of like a pear, if you...
No, I
was going to go like almost like an apple, actually. I was thinking
I'm
like
thinking
an apple.
not heavy proof either. It's pretty light.
No.
It's very easy drinker. It's pretty smooth, actually.
There wasn't... Everyone loves that one. But no, you're right. You know what? And it wasn't...
This is like
there was no harshness in any way.
There's no beat up elbows anywhere going on this at all. But I don't think we went to malt land. Well, we might have went to a malt, but across the pond malt. I don't think it's a local.
Oh no! I'm guessing like Scotch is what I figured. I figured I was in the.
When I said malt land, you are correct, but I meant it's not a single malt.
Thinking like the single malts on there.
I don't think it's.
No, this actually has it has a big malty flavor. That's why when you said that, I was like, oh no, we definitely in the malt land. But if it is a single malt, which is always a possibility, It's tasting Scotch. It's tasting like a lot of the Scotch to me. I'm trying to think though. I mean, you picked up a handful of Scotch, so this could be anything. But I know a couple of them. I don't think not to reveal what they are. I know I revealed one of them because somebody suggested it. But it's not peated though. It doesn't taste. There's not a smoky flavor to it. It has a nice.
It's more fruit. Mm-hmm. Fruit. It might have a little kick, a little end smoke to the end, but nothing overbearing. It's actually very good. Flavor wise, it is very good because it is fruity on the front, and you get that nice malty presence at the end where it really hangs on. It's not a fruit where I would think it was finished in a secondary barrel. I'm not getting like that kind of a fruit. I think it's just all part of, because it's more like an apple fruit. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm getting a sherry or I'm getting like a port flavor or something like that. So that's what I'm trying to figure. Is there? It's quite fruity nose.
He's coming around because there was a time you would never say fruit and Scotch in the same words right there. So,
it has jumped on.
I would say 80 proof. I would go. This doesn't taste much more than 80 proof to me. This is very soft.
To me, it's no higher than 86.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if Scotch comes in 86, but.
Yeah, I'm sure they do in all shapes and sizes. It's drinking.
It's pretty. I'm probably gonna have to agree with you on 80.
I'll be shocked if all of a sudden it pops out and it's like 90 proof. Like it's not drinking that way.
And if it is, then A+ to what they're doing.
No, 100%. I agree with that.
I'll stick with the 86. I threw that number out there, but
there is always a possibility. This isn't my first drink though, and there's zero elbows going down.
I said that in the beginning, so. I believe we're in Scotchland. I don't think it's Irish.
And if it is, I guess it's a pretty tasty Irish. But
the more it sits in there, the more that malt flavor it's strong. It's strong.
In the end, the very end. Right. The end.
When we first started taking sips of this, I could have mistaken it for one of them Irish on the other side. You know what I mean? That had that Scotch feel to them. Because we did a bunch of them that had a lot of that heavy Scotch flavor. But the more I keep drinking this, the more this keeps saying Scotch to me. As far as that.
I'm with you on
now, you bought a bunch of them over there.
It doesn't mean I remember them.
No. What I'm trying to go back in my head. I'm not to name a bottle, but just on what do you think this should cost? Like, I don't know what.
I know. So the Scotch
I'll relate it to this way. Now, we've done everything from like 100 pipers for $17 up to that orphan barrel one, the Curses one that was like $160.
I don't think we're there.
Where would you be in relation to? All right, so we are back. A little malfunction there. I don't know where we left off. I don't. That's gonna make it tough.
I remember saying obviously, and I don't know where you're going with that. So
yeah, I'm not big with the pricing on what Scotch actually is.
The nose is almost getting almost like a light butterscotch now too. You getting that?
No, I'm not getting that.
All right.
I mean, I guess when you say that, I think that's just the malt that's coming through, though. But I see what you're saying on the very end, like
a light butterscotchy fruit to me.
Yeah,
and it's getting more sugar-esque along since we had a little time.
Yeah, we had a time delay. Another gimbal malfunction over here. I don't know what's going on with my thing. It's about to get thrown against the wall, and we're gonna have to go back to the old way in a minute.
A lot of bad words going on in the last 10 minutes. But anyway.
Yeah, we'll see if I remember to cut that all out.
Back to...
Otherwise, we're no longer PG on this channel.
You're definitely not going to be PG because I think the neighbors heard you.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be disappointed if this is like a $49.99.
Oh, you went lower than me, actually. This is drinking like a... You know, I'm trying to think. Like, it has a lot more Scotch flavor than like when we did like 100 pipers.
Oh, definitely.
To me, it was like super soft and super weak.
It is that. And, this is way more flavorful.
And that's what I'm saying. So when I'm thinking back to like when we did like even the Doers was like only like $32 or something like that. That's what I do too. So I would have been upwards. I'm not sure what you paid for any of them. I don't think I would be mad at even like $69.99 or $79.99.
And there's a possibility it's in that range. I mean, I wouldn't. $49.99 is going to be
a good price on
a good deal. If it's $69.99.
So what would you give this as a grade? I know these are not normally. Now we're grading it strictly on Scotch that we've had.
I'm not disappointed. I'm pretty much a B-B.
That's actually higher than I thought you were going to go on that one.
No,
I would go with a solid B. I think this is very good for what it is.
It's a very easy drinker. It's got a good nose. It's got a good flavor. It's a fruitier flavor. It's light.
Right.
And it's sugar-esque now, so...
And the only one I know that I liked better was that Glenmorangie, because it was finished in some kind of a cask.
Did I pick another one of those up or no?
I don't know. So let's see what it is. See how close we are. Oh, that's funny. I was just looking at this the other day. All right, let me find my notes, and I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, I was going to say...
All right, so we are back. So this one here is the new, well, I shouldn't say new, but I've never seen it before, and we've actually had this for a while. I shouldn't say anywhere about new, but this is the Johnnie Walker High Rye Blended Scotch Whisky. So on my notes, this is a 90 proof whiskey. We got it for $32.99. So it says it features a unique mash bill of rye, barley, and and wheat. It's at least 60% rye, aged in American oak barrels, released in 2021. And taking the building blocks of a JW Black Label and the signature distillery. So they just put in a high rye to their thing, and they made this. This one is actually... You know, I just looked at this the other day, and I was like, well, I got to try that one. I forgot when I got it, because my buddy's a big Scotch guy, and he's like, oh, where did you get that? I want to try it. It was me. This one was me. And Mike actually said it, and he actually poured another one, just for those of you that are keeping track, as they always say that. But honestly, this might be the best Johnnie Walker we have had yet.
I want to say, to me, it is.
Yeah.
It has that little fruity nose to it, and it has the fruity taste with a little sweetness in the end. And for 90 proof, it's pretty easy.
It's funny. He was reading.
It'd probably be too easy.
He was reading some of the tasting notes, and I definitely was getting an apple on the front, and I still get the fruit on the front. And where you said butterscotch, when he was reading some of the notes, it was like fresh cut wood or something like that. And you almost get that, not to the point where Chandeleur was, but it's almost right at the very end when you're finishing on it.
Now that you see high rye, you kind of do get a sparkle in the end.
Yeah.
If you take a bigger sip.
But honestly, for a 90 proof, this drank soft as silk.
No, it does.
There was zero fight on this at all.
It'll stick. If you take a bigger sip, because now you can, because obviously the bar's in front of us, before we couldn't. But you do get a little more of a sparkle than what we did.
I obviously didn't pour any of it in my glass when I re-poured. But, the funny thing is, though, and there's the subliminal thing that I talk about, why I like doing these without seeing a bottle, because we didn't see high rye and we thought it drank soft as a kitten. But now that you know what, what it is,
you'll get a sparkle now towards the back end.
And even at night, the more I kept drinking it, the more I kept saying I liked your 86 better than my 80. But I'm going to stay with it just because I'm going to go with my first impressions. But I mean, at a 90 proof, this is actually pretty tasty. I'll be curious, all you Scotch people. I know most of you like the non-blended versions of this, but I'll be curious, all you that have tried this, leave a comment down below what you actually think in comparison. I agree with you. This is only $39.99, or what did I say, $32.99 we found this for, although I've never seen it again.
I really haven't either.
In the store.
And it's never been on a list that some of the people have wrote in, because I have them in my wallet, and this is not one of them,
So for all of you that are around all over the place, like you normally do, leave a comment down below if you have access to this. I'm assuming Johnnie Walker's huge and it goes everywhere. You know what I mean? But I found this in one of my local... Right. I found
all of them.
In one of my local stores, and I was like, ooh, that's unique. That's different. I said, I'm going to grab that one.
And when I see the bottle, I'm like, yeah, great. What, are you just trying to screw with me?
Well, and again, it's been
nice.
sitting over there for a while, but I go with my initial assessment. This is definitely a step up of all the other blended ones that we did. Like it carries a lot more flavor. That's why I said I wouldn't mind paying a little bit more for it, because it's really bringing that nice malted flavor in there. And it's funny because it has a high rye, but it doesn't taste spiky to me on this one.
But because I said it was smooth as
but the funny thing is, in my head, it does almost drink like some of the malted ryes that we've been doing lately. You know what I mean? On it. But again, that's why I like doing it blind. Because you get an impression on it. So, well, there you go. I'm going to have plenty of editing to do because the camera screwed up like 3 times on this video. So I'll blame Johnnie Walker for that one.
If there's bad words, it'll be funny.
If it isn't good, I apologize. I'm gonna have to have some work, because I'm gonna have to piecemeal like 22 videos together to make this one actually work. But again, leave a comment down below if you have tried this one. I will go on record, because I've had, we didn't film it, but I've had the red and the black. I've even had a sip of the blue, but that was so many years ago. But that 18 year that we had, this is
way better than the 18.
Well, which you heard it there. It shouldn't be. Let's put it that way.
I agree with you. It shouldn't be, because you paid way more for the 18, or I did. Well, that was a gift, but it's still up there compared to this.
And, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why.
And the blue is way up there.
This actually, I had that. There was a special occasion with one of my buddies, and he cracked it. But this is really actually brings a lot of fruit. I'm getting a lot of fruit out of this one. So again,
nose and taste.
For those of you that drink it Scotch all the time, leave a comment down below. I'll be curious to see what you actually think of it. But that being said, that's Mystery Mash Monday. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.